Whenever I start a new class, I always try to do my first activity being around how to discover their creative. Whenever I ask students or adults if they're creative, I'm always amazed at how many people say no. And my goal in that first session with them is to convince everyone you are creative, you have creative superpowers, and to build their creative confidence just a little bit. So I'm going to be leading a remote workshop with educators soon, and I wanted to be able to repeat that activity and decided to take advantage of Figjam and its amazing collaboration tools that are available. So I wanted to walk you through my template in case you wanted to try this out. So I always start here in the beginning, just asking everyone if they're creative. So using the Figjam tool, I was going to have them come down and use this stamp tool. And over here, they can pick all these different stamps, and they're going to use a star, because I figured I didn't want a personal identifier on this because this might be something they're not confident like sharing publicly. But I just wanted them to use a star and place it along this linear line of how creative they think they are. No, yes, somewhere in the middle. My guess is a lot of people will be here in the middle. My hope is to then get everyone over here into this yes category. Then they're going to traverse down, and we're going to come down to my next section, which I'll then open up. And I want them to brainstorm what they think creativity is. So what pops into their brain? Usually everyone starts off with art, drawing, fine arts, and I want to push them a little bit farther. So here I'm helping them hopefully learn how to use the sticky note tool, and they're just going to pop it up here and start to type in what they think creativity means. So maybe they think it means drawing. Maybe they think it means music. My hope is to maybe get them going into more of like out of the box thinking, and maybe even something like new ideas, right? So those are more where we're going with creativity. And then the idea is that they're also looking what other people are doing. If they see something that someone else says that they also agree with, they can use this little stamp tool, come over, and they can do a little thumbs up next to the ideas that they agree with. After that, we're going to come over to the next section, part 3. Again, I like to hide them until we get there because I don't want them to know where I'm going with all of this. And here, I found that these are generally the categories that come up a lot when people say that they are creative, or what activities come to their brain when they think they're creative. So I wanted them to now, they're going to be a little more, open about who they are, and they're going to use their little face icon, or for me, they might just have the stamp with their letter on it, and they're going to stamp anywhere they think that they are creative, right? So like I'm drawing and coloring. I'm not a painter, not really a weaver or knitter. I like to sew. Don't cook. I do play video games. I love to build, make things. Oh, I'm playing video games twice in there. I'll have to change that. Legos, fashion design, photography, filmmaking. And obviously, I don't think I capture everything. So I also invite them, if they don't see a category for them, they can go down here and they can add a sticky note and create a new category. And then hopefully this will start to grow organically with whatever group I have. After this, we head over to my next part, which is what environment do they need to be creative? So I find that, we have our people that need our quiet spaces, our loud spaces, some noise. And I find this is a really good way to come up with some group consensus of what type of environment we need. Obviously, this is going to apply more to an in-person class versus an online or virtual class, so these categories can change. But I also invite them to also create categories based on what they might think of that I didn't write down on here. After this, we get to our final section, and this is my favorite part. So now they're going to be designing their creativity by creating a creativity card and kind of just sharing out who they are, introducing themselves to the group, and hopefully realizing, hey, yeah, I am creative. So I had my template here. This was inspired by a little activity I saw Miggy actually push out for a designer meetup online. So they're going to put their name, their creativity sparkles, and I'm hoping they'll have up to 3 activities they can share, how they create best, a new skill they'd like to learn, because that helps me, think about how can I design toward their passions and curiosities, and then also something that they're listening to, reading, or watching right now. And then I invite them to just go ahead and customize that card. They can change the washi tape, they can change the colors, they can add stickers, and they also want them to upload a photo of themselves as well. I think especially for a virtual group, it's important for us to be able to put a face to that virtual name. So the idea is that they come here, they pick one of these templates, and they edit away so that when we're done, we can start to learn more about one another.